Welcome back to the deep dive. You ever get that feeling, like your online journey is being watched? Or maybe certain websites just sort of magically pop up when you search for something specific?
Yeah, it definitely feels like that sometimes.
Well, it's not really magic, is it? It's all strategy. And today we're going to pull back the curtain a bit on how website performance, user tracking, and digital discoverability actually work.
And importantly, how you can get a handle on them.
Exactly. Our mission here is basically to sift through a whole bunch of sources, articles, research notes, and pull out the really critical stuff.
The nuggets of knowledge.
Right. We want to give you a shortcut, basically, to being properly informed on these pretty complex topics. Not just the facts, but the strategic why behind it all.
Think of us as your guides, yeah. Helping you navigate this digital world with a bit more confidence.
We're going to explore how you can use the right tools, understand the best practices, and really supercharge your online presence.
Whether you're doing affiliate marketing, creating content, or even just trying to make a website experience better for users.
And it's not just what to do. We're digging into why it matters and, crucially, how to approach it all ethically and effectively.
Which is a big piece of the puzzle these days.
Okay, so let's dive in. First up, one of the most powerful tools out there, the Facebook Pixel. Specifically, how you can use it to really boost affiliate sales.
Right, the pixel. It sounds technical, maybe a bit intimidating.
Yeah, maybe. But the core idea is simpler than you might think.
It really is. At its heart, a Facebook pixel is just a tiny snippet of code, like literally a few lines.
All right.
And you embed that code into your website. Once it's there, it becomes this silent observer for your site.
Watching what people do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tracks user behavior, what pages they visit, what buttons they click, and sends that data straight back to Facebook.
So Facebook knows who visited my site.
Yes, but here's the clever part. It's not just about tracking clicks. It tells you who almost bought something, who looked at a product maybe twice, or who just left immediately.
Ah, so it's deeper than just traffic numbers.
Much deeper. This isn't just raw data, it's insight. It gives you a direct line to making your ad budget work smarter, not harder.
How so?
By showing you exactly where potential sales might be slipping away,
Right.
and giving you clues on how to bring those people back.
Okay, that sounds incredibly useful. But for someone new to this, that embedding code part might sound a bit scary.
I get that.
What's the actual, step-by-step process? Is it really complex?
Honestly, the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. Step 1, log into your Facebook Ads Manager. Pretty much standard.
Okay.
You'll find a section, a tab labeled Pixels, easy enough. You click Create a Pixel, and boom, Facebook generates your unique code snippet.
Right, so you've got the code. Then what?
Then you install it. You add that code to the header section of your website's HTML.
The header. Right there.
Think of it like putting a tiny observer right at the main entrance of every single page on your site. That way it sees everyone who comes through.
Makes sense. And after installing...
You test it. Facebook Ads Manager has a Send Test Traffic button. You click that and sends a sort of dummy visit, and you get instant confirmation it's working correctly.
Okay, so Pixel installed, tested, it's watching users. You mentioned it helps get sales back. How does that work for, say, affiliate marketing?
This is where it gets really powerful for affiliates. Once that pixel is active and collecting data, you set up conversion tracking within your Facebook ad campaigns.
Ow.
You choose conversions as your campaign objective. This tells Facebook, I want people to take this specific action, like making a purchase or signing up.
Gotcha.
The pixel data then lets you create these super specific custom audiences.
Like,
for example, people who visited your review page for an affiliate product, maybe even clicked the link, but didn't end up buying on the vendor's site. Assuming you could track that final purchase, of course.
right, and then you retarget those people?
Exactly. You launch retargeting ads aimed squarely at those custom audiences. You might show them a reminder, maybe highlight a benefit they missed, perhaps even offer a small bonus if they buy through your link. You're nudging them toward finishing the action.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Give me an example. Say an e-commerce site. Someone adds something to their cart, but then they just leave.
Classic scenario. Cart abandonment.
What does the Pixel do there?
The pixel tracks that add to cart action as an event because you told it to. Later, you can create an ad campaign that only targets users who triggered the add to cart event but didn't trigger the purchase event.
Ah, laser focus.
Totally. And the ad itself could offer, say, a 10% discount code or free shipping, Just a little something to entice them back to complete the purchase.
That's not just clever targeting, it's efficient spending.
Right, absolutely. You're focusing your ad budget on warm leads, people who've already shown strong interest. You're essentially recovering sales that were almost lost. Huge potential ROI there.
You mentioned tracking specific actions like add to cart or purchase. These are the pixel events.
Exactly. To capture these specific user actions, you define these pixel events. Facebook has standard ones like purchase, lead, add to cart, but you can create custom ones too.
And how do you set them up?
You define trigger rules, like this event fires when this specific thank you page URL is visited, or when this particular button is clicked.
Okay.
Then you add a little bit of extra event-specific code to those relevant pages or button actions. And, just like the main pixel, you test these events thoroughly to make sure they're firing correctly and capturing the data you need.
Okay, this is all fantastic for tracking on your own website, but here's a big question for many affiliates. Can you just stick a Facebook pixel onto any website, like the merchant site you're promoting?
Right, that's a really important distinction. And the straightforward answer is generally no.
Why not?
Legally and ethically, you can't just add your tracking pixel to a website you don't own without getting explicit permission from the site owner.
Ah, okay. So it's not just technical limitations.
Not at all. It bumps up against privacy laws like GDPR and others. Doing it without consent could land you in serious legal trouble. Plus, it's just not good practice. You have to respect digital property and user privacy. Always get permission.
Right. Respect is key. So if you can't put your pixel on the vendor site, how do you track affiliate performance effectively, especially if you're sending traffic directly there?
This is where redirect links come into play. They're a very common and totally compliant solution.
Redirect links. Explain those.
Sure. They're basically links that, well, redirect. They send a user from one URL to another. But there's an intermediate step.
Okay.
When someone clicks your affiliate link, instead of going straight to the final destination, they might hit a very brief intermediate page first, your intermediate page.
A quick stopover that I control.
Exactly. And on that intermediate page, that's where your tracking code sits. It can capture data like, the user's general location, maybe their device type, the website they clicked from the referrer, all before it quickly sends them on their way to the actual product page.
I see. So the tracking happens before they land on the site you don't control.
Precisely. It's super useful in affiliate marketing because it lets you accurately track the clicks and sometimes even attribute conversions, depending on the setup, without needing any code on the vendor's website.
Makes sense. So this tracking code on the intermediate page, where does it come from? Do I need to be a developer?
Usually no. Most often, the platform or service you use to create the redirect link provides the tracking capabilities.
Like affiliate networks.
Yeah, affiliate networks often build this right into the links they give you. They handle the intermediate tracking step. If you were doing something more custom, like a self-hosted solution, then yes, you might generate the code yourself to capture details like a unique click ID or the referring URL.
So you can see which of your campaigns drove the click.
Right. The key is that the tracking happens on a domain or page you manage, even if it's just for a split second during the redirect.
Got it. And for people using common web hosts, say HostGator, for instance, do they offer tools for this sort of thing?
Actually, yes. HostGators and many similar providers include a tool in their Seek panel that's the hosting control panel.
Right, Seek panel.
They usually have a redirects manager. You just log into Seek panel, find the redirects icon, choose if it's a permanent or temporary redirect, put in your original URL, the link people click, and the destination URL where they should end up, and click Add.
Simple as that.
Pretty much. And their tool often provides some basic tracking too, like the number of hits on that redirect and maybe the date of the last hit. It's not as sophisticated as a dedicated tracking platform, but it handles the core redirect function easily.
Okay, so we've talked about tracking those specific user actions, the clicks, the conversions, but let's zoom out. What about understanding the bigger picture? Like, how do you figure out what people are actually searching for online in the first place? What words they're typing into Google?
Now we're talking about keyword research. And yeah, this is absolutely fundamental, foundational stuff.
Why is it so important?
Because it's the process of finding the actual words and phrases people use when they're looking for information, products, whatever. If you master this, you can optimize your website content to match what people are searching for.
So your site shows up when they search those terms.
Exactly. It directly improves your search engine rankings, makes you more visible, and brings the right kind of traffic to your site. People who are actually interested in what you offer.
Keyword research sounds like it could be a deep rabbit hole, though, and maybe expensive. Are there good starting points that don't break the bank?
Absolutely. You don't need expensive tools right away. Google itself offers some fantastic free options to get you started.
Like what?
First, there's Google Keyword Planner. You do need a Google Ads account to use it properly, but it's free to set up. It's great for finding new keyword ideas, seeing how many people searched for a term historically, and getting a sense of how competitive that keyword is.
Okay, keyword planner. What else?
Google Trends, another free gem. It shows you how popular a keyword or topic has been over time, and even breaks it down by region. It's brilliant for spotting rising trends or understanding seasonal interest in a topic. Helps keep your content timely.
Those sound like great starting points. But for people who really want to, dig deep into the data, the paid tools must offer more, right?
Oh, definitely. For really comprehensive data and serious strategic research, tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs are kind of the industry standards.
What makes them different?
They provide just a huge wealth of data, much deeper insights into search volume, how difficult it is to rank for a keyword, who your competitors are, search trends. They go way beyond the free tools. They're pretty indispensable if you're serious about SEO and content strategy.
Okay, you mentioned competitors. This is where it gets really interesting for understanding what rivals are up to, right? How do tools like SEMrush let you sort of peek behind their curtain?
Yeah, it's powerful competitive intelligence, all perfectly legal, of course. SEMrush has several features for this.
Such as?
Well, their competitor keyword analysis tool. You can literally plug in a competitor's website address, and it will show you a list of keywords they're ranking for in Google search results.
Wow. What kind of details?
You see the keywords, estimated monthly search volume, a keyword difficulty score, how much traffic they likely get from that keyword. Super insightful.
Okay, what else?
There's a domain versus domain comparison. Lets you put your site side by side with competitors and see where your keyword rankings overlap and where they differ. Highlights your strengths and weaknesses relative to them.
This sounds useful for finding gaps.
Exactly. And that leads to the keyword gap analysis tool. This specifically identifies keywords that your competitors are ranking for, but you are not. It basically hands you a list of content opportunities on a silver platter.
Nice. Anything else on the competitive front?
Yeah, backlink analysis. You can see which websites are linking to your competitors. This is gold for your own link building efforts, as it shows you potential sites you could try and get links from, too.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Beyond the marketing and keyword strategy, what about just the basic health of a website? And maybe finding opportunities on other people's sites. Things like broken links and crawlers.
Right. Website health is crucial.
Yeah.
And yes, regularly scanning for broken links is a big part of that.
Why are broken links such a problem?
Two main reasons. First, user experience. Clicking a link that goes nowhere is frustrating for visitors, right? Makes your site look neglected.
Yeah, definitely annoying.
Second, search engines. Crawlers, like the Googlebot, follow links to discover and index content. A broken link is a dead end for them, too. Too many dead ends can hurt your site's ability to get fully crawled and indexed, which impacts your search rankings.
Okay, makes sense. So how do you actually find these broken links on your own website? What tools do you use?
You've got a few good options. One popular way is using website crawler tools. Think Screaming Frog, or even the site audit features within SEMrush and Ahrefs.
How do they work?
You basically tell the tool your website's URL, hit Start Crawl, and it systematically navigates through all your pages, just like Googlebot would. Then it generates a report listing any errors it found, including broken internal links and broken outbound links.
Okay, crawlers. Any other methods?
Yeah, there are also specialized broken link checker tools online. Some are free, some are paid. Dead Link Checker, Dr. Link Check, there are quite a few. You usually just enter your URL, and they scan your site specifically looking for those 404 not found errors. Google Search Console also reports crawl errors, including broken links it finds.
Lots of options then. Now, this sounds really useful for fixing your site, but just like with the Facebook pixel scanning, I'm guessing you can't just point these tools at any website you feel like.
You are absolutely right to guess that, and this is critical. You cannot scan someone else's website for broken links without getting their permission first. Period.
Why not? Is it illegal again?
It can be problematic. It's definitely unethical and bad etiquette. It can violate their website's terms of service. And importantly, running an intensive scan can actually consume their server resources, potentially slowing down their site for their actual users.
Ah, so it's a resource hog too.
You can be, yeah. So the rule is simple. Always ask permission before scanning a site that isn't yours. Respect their digital property.
Okay, understood. But There's a clever tactic here, isn't there? Using this idea of finding broken links on other sites for outreach, like helping them fix a link, maybe?
Precisely. This is a well-known and totally legitimate SEO and relationship building strategy called broken link building.
How does that work?
It's a process. First, you identify relevant websites in your niche, sites whose audience might also be interested in your content.
Okay.
Then, maybe after getting permission or using less intensive methods perhaps, you find broken links on those target sites using the checker tools we mentioned.
Find a dead link on their site.
Right. Then, you check what that broken link used to point to. Was it content related to something you've covered well on your site?
See if there's a relevant replacement you can offer.
Exactly. If you have a great piece of content that would be a good replacement for that dead link, you reach out politely to the website owner or editor.
What do you say?
Something like, hey, I was browsing your great article on X and noticed the link to resource name seems to be broken. Just thought you'd want to know. By the way, I happen to have a resource on a similar topic here. Your link that might be a useful replacement for your readers.
So you're being helpful first.
Yes, you're genuinely helping them fix their site and offering relevant value. Now, a backlink back to your site isn't guaranteed, of course. They might just remove the dead link. But it's a fantastic way to build relationships, get on their radar, and yes, sometimes earn valuable backlinks while improving the web overall.
That's a smart approach. Now, thinking about crawlers again, what about the other side of the coin? What if search engine crawlers or other bots are hitting your site too hard and actually slowing it down?
Yeah, that can definitely happen, especially on larger or very busy websites. Aggressive crawling can strain server resources.
So how do you sort of manage them? Tell them to back off a bit.
There are several effective techniques. The main one is the robots.txt file.
Robots.txt.
Yeah, it's a simple text file that lives in the root directory of your website. It acts like a set of instructions for well-behaved web crawlers, like Googlebot, Bingbot, etc.
What kind of instructions?
You can use it to tell them which parts of your site they shouldn't crawl, maybe admin areas or pages with duplicate content or low-value pages you don't want indexed. You use disallow directives.
Okay, so you can block them from certain areas. What about slowing them down?
Yes, within that same robots.txt file, you can sometimes add a crawl delay directive.
Crawl delay.
It basically asks the crawler to wait a specific number of seconds between fetching pages from your site. So instead of hitting page after page rapidly, they pause. It throttles their speed. Not all crawlers respect it, but the major ones often do.
That's useful. Any other ways to handle heavy crawler traffic?
Definitely. Using a content delivery network, a CDN, helps a lot. It distributes copies of your website content across servers worldwide, so requests from users or bots are served from the closest location, reducing load on your main server.
Okay, CDN.
Caching is also vital, storing frequently accessed versions of your pages so they don't have to be generated from scratch every time reduces server load significantly. And finally, if you consistently have very high traffic, including bot traffic, choosing a specialized web hosting provider that's built to handle that kind of load is often a necessary investment.
Wow. Okay. We have genuinely covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
It feels like we went from the tiny details, like tracking one user's click with a Facebook pixel, all the way through navigating the ethics of tracking on sites you don't own, using things like redirect links,
Right.
then strategizing with keyword research to really understand audiences and competitors.
Yeah, and the big picture.
And finally, keeping your own site healthy and even finding opportunities by looking at things like broken links and managing crawlers.
It all connects, really.
It really does. It's clear that understanding these different pieces, these tools and strategies, it really empowers you, the listener, to make much more informed, much more strategic decisions online.
And thinking about all this, it does raise an important sort of closing question, doesn't it? As we rely more and more on all this complex data, these automated tools, to connect with people and optimize everything,
Yeah.
how do we make sure we're not just being efficient? How do we ensure we're also maintaining, a genuine and trustworthy relationship with our users, with the online community?
That's a really good point, the balance between data and humanity.
Exactly. It's about finding that ongoing balance between the data-driven strategy, which is powerful, and truly user-centric ethics and engagement, especially as this digital world keeps changing so fast.
That is definitely a powerful thought to leave everyone with, something to reflect on as you start using these techniques. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
My pleasure.
We really hope these insights help you navigate your own digital journey with maybe a bit more confidence and clarity. Until next time, keep exploring.